That is still my favorite part of the show. I love that.
Oh my gosh, I could do without that picture.
Are you ready now?
I'm ready.
Because this, as I said, going to break, this is a special edition of Push Dick's Button.
Good.
Here we go. Brian from San Francisco has a question. Go ahead, Brian.
Hi, Dick. I'm wondering if the skaters actually listen to your comments and take your advice on how to improve their skating.
Oh, Brian, I've got to tell you, it's a real pleasure to have you ask me that question. And it's got to be an answer yes, because after all, I gave you great advice, and look at how well you did at the Olympics in 1988.
So true.
I like to think that you took my advice. I certainly would be very honored to know that.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dick.
So you're taking credit for Brian Boitano? I mean, that's above and beyond anything.
I love this guy. I mean, he's such a great skater that it's a pleasure.
All right, we go. You ready?
Yes.
Here we go again. All right, Rosalynn from the great state of Washington asks.
Hi, Dick. Hi, Dick. I'm putting you on the spot. Who is your favorite U.S. ladies figure skating champion of all time?
Rosalynn, you're not putting me on the spot. It has got to be you. You were so gorgeous and so wonderful that I've never remembered another lady skater of any kind at any time. And Peggy Fleming, don't you sit there listening to this.
Hey, Roz, do you believe that from a guy in a bow tie?
I believe him. He's a love.
She's a dear, isn't she? One of my favorites.
You've always been a charmer,
Yeah.
too. Yep. Okay, we've got one more, okay?
Okay.
All right. Scott from Bowling Green wants to know.
Well, Dick, I was going to ask you who your favorite bald television commentator was, but I know it's Kurt Browning. So then I was thinking I'd ask you who's the best skater to ever come out of Bowling Green, Ohio, but we all know that that's Alyssa Sisney. So my question to you is, this is something I've wanted to know for a long time. Who's your favorite, me or Brian?
Wow.
Look, there was a period of time when I would have voted for Brian, and then there was a period of time when I would have voted for you. And then I decided that since both of you were absolutely equal as the world's best bald announcer, that I had to go to myself as the answer, as the tiebreaker.
You are the greatest of all time. We know that. The greatest of all time, Dick Button. Absolutely.
Wait a minute. Boitano's not bald. I see little up there.
You know, I get some credit for the little hair that I have.
Oh my God. Sorry, Brian. Sorry,
Thank
Brian.
you.
I just look at everybody else and say, gosh, they've got no hair because I have none.
But you look great, Dick. You look great.
And Kurt Browning, we know, is one of the great ones, too, because he's bald also.
You're touching all bases tonight, I think. Hey, you guys stay up there in the ESPN fan zone. We're going to talk to you guys when we come back to Spokane and that showdown. We're in Lysycek. Still to come in a little bit. Stay with us.
We welcome you back to Spokane, Washington, where we celebrate past national champions. Here's a look at Rosalynn Sumners, who went on to win an Olympic silver medal in 1984, and isn't she a darling? Look at that double axel. Mr. Scott Hamilton, four-time U.S. champion, Olympic champion, world champion.
Easy.
And what an outfit.
What a mullet.
And who can forget the Battle of the Bryans in Calgary, also four-time U.S. champion, Mr. Brian Boitano.
He was very good.
So happy to welcome our special guests to the Icebox. Great that you guys joined us. Are you having a good time here watching the skating?
Absolutely, especially, you know, back in the hair days. I mean,
Yeah.
Brian and I both had great mullets, so it was great. And seeing Roz with triple sow cow. Hello!
We had mullets, she had a
triples?
triple.
Okay, I like to switch from hairdos to quads. Interesting scenario in the practice today for the men. Evan Lysycek goes out, tries a quad, falls. Johnny Weir comes back, lands one immediately. Evan gets up, lands a quad. Johnny Weir answers back. Tell me about that kind of mindset as you're getting ready for the big show. Mind games?
They're so cute at that age, aren't they?
Yeah.
No, it's guys. Guys, it's a contest to see who can do the most, the biggest, the highest, the most turns, and it's head to head. In practice, the whole week, it's going to be like that. So who comes away with the practice kind of thumping their chest? That's what you want.
Rosalynn, any head games going on between you and Katarina Witt in the good old days?
Oh, yeah. She liked to play them a lot. But you know what? The practice is just as much a chance to be competitive and show what you can do and kind of psych the other competitor out. I would get on, do a perfect program, get off, go back to the hotel, and just leave them out there going, huh? Where'd she go? Confidence.
Brian Boitano, looking ahead to the men's competition, who do you see is the one to beat, is the favorite, or do you have a favorite?
No, actually, I think it's going to come down to whoever skates well. But you know, going back to the quad thing, sometimes you got to be careful because even small competitions like that, the morning of the evening that you compete, can take off the edge. It'll be interesting to see if those two guys, either of them, will actually hit the quad or if they left it in the practice.
Well, now this is a great question, and Scott, when will they decide? I mean, they're playing coy with us. I don't know. I'm going to talk to my coaches. When will they decide?
Honestly, I think it's when they're on the ice and they know how they're feeling in warm-up and in practice. You know, if they're warming it up and it feels good and they feel loose, they might go for it. But, you know, when you're competing for a national championship and it's so tight like this, a lot of it's momentum. I saw Johnny a little hesitant in the short program. I saw Evan attack the ice. I think Evan comes in with a little momentum, a little more confidence, and I think that I would give him the edge tonight.
Brian, did you ever go into a competition like this not knowing exactly what you were going to try out there?
I never went away from the plan. I always knew weeks in advance what I was doing. I found a lot of confidence in that, and I think it's the best way to prepare for a skater. You shouldn't change things.
Training.
Do you
It's
agree,
all, it's all in
Rosalynn?
the training, yes, absolutely.
You don't
can't.
want to think.
No.
You don't want to think. You just want to let your body
Automatic
do its
pilot.
job.
Yep.
You teach your body how to do its job, and you shut your brain off and let it do its
And
job.
you want to plan on what you know you can do. That's really important.
Okay, my favorite thing up here is putting people on the spot. I want to know your predictions for gold, silver. Scott Hamilton.
I think it's Evan, and I think it's John.
Rosalynn.
Johnny, Evan.
I think it's Evan, Johnny, and then Ryan.
Okay, well,
Whoa, he's throwing a bronze kicker in there.
hey guys,
You are so competitive.
we're about to find out who's right. Men's championship, getting ready with the final flight. Let's go ringside and join Terry Gannon. Terry?